Chapter 15, Non-Aligned Movement. In this chapter, we will cover brief meaning of non-alignment, Panchashil, and name of the architects of non-aligned movement. Now, what is this NAM or non-aligned movement? First of all, after the Second World War ended in 1945, let me tell you, children, the world got divided into two different groups. These two groups were the two different powerful blocks, we can say. One was USA and the other was USSR. Now, USA and USSR were now into a race. This race was like each one of them wanted to grab more of the countries towards their side. During this time, there were few such countries who had been colonies. Colonies, that is, who were under the control of others. One such country was India. So these colonies, they started joining their hands and they framed or formed another group and were called as non-developing countries. These colonies or these non-developing countries made it a point not to be aligned either towards US or towards USSR. This align means not to join either USA or USSR. So therefore, meaning of non-alignment is it is the international policy of a sovereign state according to which it does not align itself with any of the power blocks. Power blocks, as I said, USA and USSR were the two powerful power blocks, but actively participates in the world affairs to promote international peace, harmony, and cooperation. Let me explain you this through a map. Here in this map, you can see three colors: green, yellow, and red. The countries that are shaded with the green color are the US and its allies. US had the Western European countries along with it, that is, towards its side. The yellow color shows the second power bloc, that is USSR, along with the Eastern Europe. Alright, so green and yellow, they define the two powerful blocs. Now, the red color countries, they are the ones whom we call the non-developing countries. You can see this consists of Africa, we do have India, and the American continent. So these countries, they remained neutral. Yeah, this could be the best word, neutral. So they did not align to either of the sides. Now here we come in this map. These were the countries, those who used to join or attend the conferences held as the non-aligned movement. You can see here Saudi Arabia, India, and all many other countries from Africa. Next, we move on to one such treaty where India and China came together with few principles and agreed to these principles. These principles were all based on the peace between the two countries. India and China had signed this agreement which contained 5 basic principles of peaceful coexistence. Now children, let me tell you, this particular treaty or these 5 principles did not remain within India and China. Rather, this gave the same base to entire non-aligned movement. Now let's have a look into the principles. They mutually came to an agreement that they will not interfere into each other's internal affairs. They agreed for non-aggression. They agreed for showing respect to each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. And all in all, they agreed for peaceful coexistence. There is a picture here in this slide where you can see first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and along with him we have Zhang Enlai, that is Chinese Prime Minister. These were the two people after the formation of this treaty. This treaty is therefore called Panchashil. Now, in April 1955, these principles were practically given shape at one particular conference. This conference was held at Bandung, Indonesia. 29 countries from Asia and Africa, including Philippines, Turkey, South Vietnam, Communist China, and North Vietnam, had attended this particular conference. The conference was presided over by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Zhou Enlai, as well as Prime Minister and later President of Egypt, namely Gamal Abdel Nasser. The delegates had condemned colonialism and emphasized the need for economic growth in the third world countries. Thus were the seeds sown for cooperation among newly independent nations, which later blossomed into non-aligned movement. We have some people here whom we also call to be the architects of NAM, that is, those who had given their efforts into this non-aligned movement. One such familiar name is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Then we have the President of Yugoslavia, Joseph Broz Tito, President of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, President of Indonesia, Sukarno, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, and King Mahendra Bir Bikram Shah of Nepal. So children, this is all about this non-aligned movement. Just to recap, non-aligned, the term itself suggests not to bend towards one particular. Now, if I take you back to the picture, you can, in the very first picture, you could see a balance between a bear, and here it says US representing capitalism and USSR is here representing communism. So you can see it's just like a seesaw. Hope this is all quite helpful to you. Thank you, children.